Vehicles, cars,
cars and stuff.
automobile transportation, automotive transport.
Other words other for just cars.
Metal box on wheels. Maybe
With suspension.
with suspension. Why would you pick cars?
I don't know.
Oh.
Couldn't think of anything.
A research project on this from a research paper for me.
Well, I mean, modern cars are like
Nice looking, cool looking,
yeah, and
stylish.
not as exciting.
Not exciting. You know why? It's because as time has... Ooh, my hands are really dry. As time has progressed, people have cared less about like actual styling per se. That's why old cars look so much cooler. And they focus more on like...
Oh, how many features can we shove into this one tiny screen?
Exactly. They focus on features and all that, so that they can charge you an extra $2,000.
We gotta have like up to 8 buttons. And that's it.
What about 800 different features?
Yeah.
That you just get by like different combinations of the buttons.
Yeah, and like there's like so many different like. Cause neither of us have a driver's license, I think. So we haven't really super duper like really experienced.
We can get our temps in 2 years.
Yeah, we can, but like we haven't like actually like driven.
I mean, I've driven vehicles before.
Yes, I haven't.
Not legally.
Not legally.
And of course, by vehicles, I mean a lawnmower, and somehow still managing to crash into the wall in a 12-foot wide opening.
Oh, I didn't do when I crashed into a wall. I still remember this. I don't know how. So I've gone through like 3 4-wheelers.
You go through a lot of things really quickly.
Well, I'm saying it took a bit more than like what you thought, but like basically. I crashed into this like fence. I think it's only there for aesthetic purposes.
And probably maybe to... Oh, it was just a wall of a fence.
It wasn't really a wall even. It was just like a
just
sort of like
fence post.
Yeah, and it was one. It's right.
Oh, yeah, like 2 or 3 fence out. Just 2 or 3 fence posts.
Yeah, it's very L shape almost, but like not as tall. Like kind of.
Yeah, pretty much aesthetics purposes.
Yeah, and and it was in between my shed and the fence. And it was a tiny spot, and also since I had a tiny 4-wheeler, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna drive this thing through there, and then I miscalculated and I crashed.
Huh. Hey, don't feel too bad. Because as I just said, I was trying to mow the lawn and bring the lawnmower into a 12-foot wide opening of the shed doors, barn doors, and still crashed into a wall. But
we've got like no space in our shed.
Seriously?
Yeah, there's a tiny ramp that's maybe 2 feet across, like left and right.
Yeah.
So we can get stuff, and it's like packed. Like you have to parkour to get around there.
Ooh.
There's like 2 lawnmowers, a bunch of other stuff. There's shelves, and those are all full of just everything.
Sounds like my garage. My garage is so much junk in there.
Mine's got 3 stalls, but only 2. Like the big one, which is kind of split into 2. It can hold 2 vehicles, and then the other one's got my dad's motorcycle, all of his toolboxes. He's got like 3 toolboxes, and let's see what else. A bunch of other stuff. It's also where I keep like my electric dirt bikes and everything. And all that stuff. There's also like no room there.
Yeah, we kind of just have like a table saw and like a bunch of bikes
we don't even have a table saw.
And like a bunch of bicycles that nobody uses. Just wood, just junk. Anything but the actual vehicles that are supposed to be parked in there. But
my dad parked one of his vehicles outside.
We have to park both of them. There's no room.
You got 4 cars?
We have 2 vehicles. 1 truck and 1 just like a 2008 Ford.
Yeah, we've got a truck, a van, my dad's work truck.
So one of the modified ones where they like rip the tailgate off? I don't even call it
modified. No, it's got like one of those like roof thingies over the tail.
Oh, canopies over the bed?
Yeah.
I don't really like how those look. I always avoided those.
My dad actually, not, like, I think maybe a few months ago, like, got a new one. And he kept saying, well, like, if I go, like, above 70, the thing just starts shaking. Like, the faster he goes, the more violent it gets. And I'm like, well, that sucks because you usually go 80. He says, and I think he said it also doesn't have any cruise control.
Oh, you can get around that.
Oh, yeah.
Difficultly, but you can get around it.
Yeah, like, so he got a new one.
Personally, I always believed that older vehicles were cooler. Because they are.
Well, yeah, they are.
Because,
I mean, have you ever seen the back of a Tesla?
Have you ever seen the front of a Tesla?
Have you
ever seen a Tesla?
Yes, they're very ugly. Oh my
Teslas
God.
are horrid. They are just worthless globs of metal.
The only thing that like sets them apart from different cars is
it's electric. Saving the environment.
And interior.
Huh?
The interior's got a huge screen, I think, right?
Of course, it's got a huge screen. Everything's got to have a screen now.
Yeah. Phones
have screens. Everything has screens. Windows have screens.
Yeah.
Everything has screens.
And then the Cybertruck. I think I saw a video.
The Cybertruck is so stupid. I just want to completely forget that even exists. God. It looks like a kindergartner drew it. It's made out of triangles.
Maybe a kindergartner.
They probably did.
Yeah, maybe they went up to like a 5th grader or something and said, "All right, we
draw a truck.
Draw
a
like
truck?
a
truck?
Yes,
do a truck?
Like a super modern but like
cool. Draw a cool futuristic truck."
And then it went off of what the kid did.
And then the kid was like, "Yes, truck." Or it was Mr. Ball Musk before he was like known as like a 2-year-old child. He was like, "Truck." He's like, "That's what a truck looks like." And then his parents are just like, "Oh yeah, that's great, honey. We'll hang it on the fridge." And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this a reality someday.
I'm gonna make it a reality. It's gonna look so.
It's gonna look so cool.
Windows are gonna be so strong." And then he's like, "I'm gonna show you how strong the windows are." They slams one against it, the window shatters.
Well, darn.
Ah, dang it.
Back to the drawing room.
Stupid builders. Using the wrong material again.
Yeah, because, like, I hope vehicles don't end up looking like that. They probably will. Probably. The entire thing's probably just going to be one giant TV screen. But, like, older vehicles, like the 68 Dart, for example. Amazing. I'll look it up in case you know.
Kit is cool.
Wasn't Kit a
1982 Trans Am?
Yeah, Trans Am.
A lot of like features, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it had missiles.
I don't know. I never really got into Knight Rider.
My dad's got
For
like
some
every
reason, I
single
thought he was a
disc.
Corvette. He doesn't even look like a Corvette.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why someone would confuse the two. They look similar, sort of.
Not really.
Like the hood, really long and slightly.
No, not really. Like that's a '68 Dart in a cool color scheme. Yeah. So, you know, like times like vehicles like that is just awesome.
I've shown you pictures of my dad's car.
Yeah, of his Trans Am.
And the ones where its hood is like all crumpled up.
Yeah, his dad, like, he has this really nice
1984 Trans Am.
Yeah, and it's like, didn't you say that he crashed into like a tractor trailer or something?
No, I think he said a bus. Or the bus hit him. I don't know.
Oh, well, judging by the pictures, it kind of looks like he just like rammed right into the front of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've known about that for like a really long time.
Like for reference, from the pictures that I saw, the entire front like hood and the fenders in the front were just destroyed.
Yeah,
like,
it was all destroyed.
It was gone. There wasn't anything left.
But he decided, you know what? Instead of getting rid of this car, I'm going to buy another Trans Am, and I'm going to scrap that one's hood for parts and put them onto this one.
That's what people do. That's what I would do. Trans Ams are nice.
Yeah.
You know how expensive those can get? They're not very expensive. They're expensive for me because I have no money, but like...
Yeah, and for me, I don't think I can afford a car.
Or like this one, the AMC Javelin in crazy plum purple. Isn't that a cool car? That one kind of reminds me of Kit. Just in the body shape.
I don't know, like, I mean, I've seen tons of Trans Ams before, and...
Including your father's?
Of course my father's. I've literally ridden in it in the passenger seat.
Yeah. Didn't you say that one of your dad's friends has like a 60-something Buick?
My dad has a lot of friends.
Oh. Well, like 60s Buicks, they're kind of cool. Honestly, it looks like a Batmobile. Just going off of memory, I always remember comparing the 60, like specifically the 1960, right on the dot, Buick, just to a Batmobile. Obviously, because I'm pretty sure that is the vehicle that they used for the original Batmobile. Maybe? I'm not too sure. I don't think so, but like the Le Sabre, I think is how you say it. Doesn't that kind of remind you of the Batmobile?
A little bit, yeah.
Or from like the 60s ones, just with all the swooshes?
Yeah, but like, I mean, I think the thing that sets Kit apart from, just every other Trans Am as well.
He can speak.
The interior. And
he can speak.
Yes. It's literally a Tesla, but like a bajillion times better.
Yeah.
Like, Elon Musk, if you want to make a really good car, have it speak.
Well, that's a little worrying.
Okay, yeah, maybe it is.
Make
it able to like jump over other cars.
No, not that. I was looking at vehicles and I clicked on a picture and I said, "This image is copyrighted." Well, sorry. How can you do that? It's a vehicle that is not owned by you.
Well, of course it's copyrighted. It's not owned by you.
Sorry about that. This is second time. Ooh, it's 2:40. You got like a couple minutes. Yeah.
Around 20. Around 10.
No, we have like. What time we get out? We start packing up at 55. We should probably start heading back around 55. Or just head straight to our lockers and cheat everything.
That'd probably be the...
That's what I'm going to do. I don't know about you. I'm just going to go straight to my locker at like 56. So if we're going leaving by 56, we got about
Maybe 57 though.
about 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we talked about modern both, they're really bad.
They
apart from the interiors, apparently.
Yeah.
And heated seats. Oh, I love heated seats.
Oh yeah, heated.
Not cooled seats though. They just feel like prickly and painful. I don't know. Is that just me? It might just be my own experiences. But whenever I use like one of the cooling like fan seats, it's always just like it kind of feels a little prickly. Is that just me? Or have you not ridden in one?
I don't think I've ridden in one.
They're like kind of nice. Like you can feel it getting colder, but it's like not the nicest. But he talks about present cars. He talks about past cars, past cooler cars.
Yes.
And
what are your thoughts on like that one really fast one, like got like jet engines on the other side of it?
What?
You've never heard of it?
What? Car with jet engines. That's a thing?
Yeah,
that's
it is
a thing. That, oh my god, I said jet engines. Well, according to Google, that's not what happened. It was the Chrysler turbine.
That's like fastest car.
It's the Chrysler turbine from '63. Oh.
That's not this.
That's just a jet.
Yeah.
That's not a car. It's just a jet with wheels. That's literally just a cargo plane. Like wheels added on. Yeah. Oh, is that actually a jet powered car? Yeah. Oh, the Chrysler turbine. Oh, what? Wait a minute.
No, I'm talking about that one.
Yeah. That looks like a train. Oh, it's on fire. It's on fire. It kind of looks like a dragster. Kind of looks like a dragster type deal. Just with massive plane turbines on the side of it. And also on Google here, literally just under this, a massive protrusion from the trunk that is the jet engine. So far, are they going to be flying?
Well, I mean,
or are they not?
They could. You know, we have made planes fly like helicopters with jets, so we can probably put one on a car. If we can strap a jet engine to a Volkswagen, we can probably give a car VTOL.
Probably, but you see, that's where there is an issue. You see? Because the way that helicopters work, especially VTOLs, is the blades
are like automatically VTOLs.
Oh yeah, like the blades spinning. The blades spinning
Yeah.
is creating a downwards force equal to the mass of the actual helicopter. Meaning that anything that passes under it he's gonna get blown away, or at least like fall and stumble. You know. So if we were to apply that to vehicles,
it'd probably be super difficult.
There would be an issue because you see things in movies and franchises and all that. What do you see? You see just like whole floating lanes in the air, right? And there's like vehicles passing over other vehicles that would push down the other vehicles because the outwards push of the propellers would not be able to stabilize it.
And car traffic control.
Yeah. Or like
hey, turn left or you're gonna slam this other dude on the ground.
Hallucinogens.
I don't know. I'm sure like the U.S. government or whatever is gonna be able to regulate it. I mean, they have F-35s, which have VTOL.
Yeah, I suppose. But like, I don't know. I just don't see it happening, at least in that way. I mean, like, unless they come up with like a new technology, they probably will.
They probably will.
All the government organizations that are harboring all of the aliens and their UFOs.
Area 51. Or are they? We don't know.
Area 15. That's actually like a convenience store tourist attraction. I'm not. I forget. Yeah, an immersive entertainment and events district in Las Vegas. Area, yeah, it's got like all of these weird things. Omega Mart, that's what it was. It's like a convenience store, but everything's all like weird. And it's supposed to look like you went through a portal to another dimension. And if you look on Google Earth and look onto the top of it, like on the top of the building in red, it literally just says does not exist with the Omega Mart logo. Which like kind of creepy, but at the same time that's it. It's just but you see the thing is everybody thinks so that they're doing all their projects. The only people to ever see UFOs and actually get flying saucer footage is it doesn't matter. It's highly valuable paper. It's like fiber. Like it's not. It's like so yeah. Government's an alien. The government is run by aliens. described as new discovery. Yeah. Well, the
downwards thrust.
Yeah, the downwards thrust. Because if the cars are just really, really light, well then you wouldn't need too much downward thrust.
Yeah,
so that it wouldn't necessarily affect it too overall bad.
Yes.
But then you face the whole thing of like, well, how do you do that? You know.
Well, we strip everything we don't need from the car.
Okay. I mean, you could pretty much just have a literal box with you in it, and then like VTOL propellers on the bottom.
Or maybe we don't gotta work it from a car, but a working plane, and then strip that down and make it a car, and have the essential flying parts, and then
So just like downsized planes. Have you heard of them as vehicles? Like cars? Yeah, I see where you're coming from. But like, I'm thinking of the whole like Back to the Future type DeLorean, you know, with all the
2015 brings us
2015. We're gonna have flying cars in 2015.
Yeah, we're gonna be having like weird visors on all the time.
Well, you know, you gotta remember when that movie came out.
A long time.
It was a long time ago. It's a great movie series, but it was a long time ago. So their whole predictions about everything
hoverboards
entirely different. That's another thing, like hoverboards. You know, if you could actually figure out for full-scale vehicles, you could apply it to just boards of wood.
Or maybe you start with the boards of wood, and once you got that down,
and then go on to
put on a car to see if it flies. If it doesn't fly, make it strong until it flies.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
So it's like just strong enough to fly, just good enough, and just be on the center line.
I see.
Maybe like small little wings.
Very tiny ones?
Well, a bit bigger so that they can provide enough lift. And then, because you know how helicopters like always got the downward thrust or something? I don't know. I don't understand helicopters. That'd be the equivalent of always having the VTOL just up. And you'd be going
Yeah.
The F-35, well, its engine can move. Of course, it's in the back, like all American fighter jets, and it can move and stuff. So, if we could just move the engine back up to like a horizontal position from the vertical position, which I mean can't be too hard.
You just get like hydraulics or whatever. You should start wrapping this up though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 minutes. Not even. Teachers are starting to get themselves packed up and ready.
Yep.
You should probably. 30 minutes. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Well, hope you enjoyed us rant about junk. You know, just a bunch of nothing, but
making new conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories about the government. They're all aliens. How could you guys have not figured this out by now?
Well, yep, we're gonna have to end it.
See ya, folks.